Kyle Larson. Had so much fun, great experience last year. You want to do it again. So rain was such a problem last year. It's been beautiful for 2 weeks. Now here we are waiting. So Kyle, once we get back out on track for the first time to actually focus on race setup, what is your plan of attack?
For me, just to try to hopefully dial in a comfortable balance. At the open test, I felt just a little bit tight, or understeer, as you guys would call it, or not, maybe not you, but
I used to.
Yeah, you used to, but no. So I think just trying to get your balance right, and then reintroduce traffic and adjusting on the tools in the cockpit and kind of building into all that. So yeah, we'll see. Hopefully we can get out at some point today, get some laps. Hopefully, it seems like it's warming up and the sun's trying to poke itself out. So we'll see. But just, yeah, excited to get going. Thanks to Arrow McLaren, Hendrick Motorsports, HendrickCars.com, Chevy, everybody involved for allowing me to do it again, and hopefully this is the only rain we have for the next couple weeks.
Kyle, I heard you the other day talking about your experience here, and I feel like you understand this place. It's beyond a race. It's just special and so different. What is different this time knowing you're going in for a second time?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I think maybe I'll realize that as we're getting into it, but as far as the lead up and the build up and all that, I would say I was pretty prepared for all of it last year. I don't remember having much anxiety of anything, and the cars are pretty similar to the stock car stuff. So even learning it wasn't crazy difficult. So yeah, I think that allowed me to enjoy the moment and enjoy all the fan stuff and all the festivities that go on throughout these couple weeks. So it's definitely the biggest event that I've ever competed in, and it's every day is something. So it's really cool, and just being a part of it again is special. So hopefully we can make the couple weeks special and perform well on track, and then do a good job too in the NASCAR stuff. I look forward to getting there with the 5 team for the All-Star race this weekend, and then the 600 next week. I know we have good cars at both of those too. So yeah, just fun times to be Kyle Larson, and hopefully we can do a good job.
Kyle, you race more than anybody, and you're always jumping in and out of different vehicles. So like last night you were in the dirt car, and then you're going to be in the Indy car today, and like you mentioned, you're going to be in your stock car this weekend. When you get behind the wheel, you get out on track, how long does it take for you just to settle in, okay, I remember all these things and what I'm supposed to do here?
I would say everything besides the IndyCar is really easy because I do it often. The IndyCar I wouldn't say is difficult to drive by any means, compared to the others, but it's just there's so much more going on in the car that's new to me, So sprint cars, all I have is a wing valve, and rarely do I touch that. In the stock car, you've got nothing, no really anything that matters. You got some fans and stuff, but that's not really a big deal. But then in the IndyCar, you have fuel mappings, weight jackers, bar adjustments, all sorts of other things too. The hybrid now that you got to keep on top of. So it's just that part of it's a little overwhelming, and that part of it is what I have to think about and stare at the wheel or study the wheel and stuff before I go on track. And then when they tell me, to adjust something, I need to find it quickly or hopefully becomes muscle memory. But yeah, so that part of it I would say is what kind of gets me where, maybe it takes me a little bit longer just to get used to things.
Well, over here on this side, you have 3 teammates that you can lean on, your engineers can work with. How much have you talked to Pato and your teammates just about what to expect between last year and now, of course, setting up for your second Indy 500?
At the open test, there's time to talk and debrief and all that. And I think today or this couple weeks will be the same. Once we get going and you feel what you feel, and then you have questions and you want to kind of compare to your teammates, that's when I feel the conversations start. But for me right now, there's not really anything to talk about, So like I said, once we get in the car, hopefully we're all fast, but if not, or even if we are good, it's good to compare, good to see kind of how everybody's different, maybe they're different driving styles, stuff like that. So yeah, hopefully we can get out there again today and just get to work.